At one point, the way that a tree was perceived and understood to have value was, in fact, simply as a natural resource that could get X amount per truckload for firewood. But now, people are moving to places because of its natural beauty, and that's a very different way of quantifying value. When you tell people that there's tree poaching or tree theft, there's such an immediate visceral reaction of, oh, that's horrible. And it's not really that it's horrible because it's theft, it's horrible because it's a tree.
The United States Forest Service estimates that as many as 1 in 10 trees cut in the national forests are taken illegally. And in 2018, there was a noted increase in tree poaching from public lands. Part of what has led to this increase is the larger societal crisis that we're having with opioid addiction. Often tree theft is happening around old logging cities, and because of the shift in our economy, it's a place that struggles with poverty and unemployment,
which is seen as being one of the big social drivers of the opioid epidemic. When you have a community that is struggling with addiction, many people are desperate and require a fast payout. And because it's a logging community in the Pacific Northwest, there are people that are comfortable around trees, around logging equipment. So you can fell a coastal Douglas fir tree and get about $300 for a load of firewood. It doesn't sound like a ton of money, but it's really fast money. Very rarely are people taking dozens of trees at a time. It's really 1 or 2 at a time. It most often happens at nighttime, not too far off the road. A small group of people go in with a chainsaw. They might use winches and a rope to pull the log along and load it up into the back of a truck. It's pretty hard to catch someone, especially if they're doing this for firewood. Because how are you going to prove that the firewood they stole actually came from this particular stump? It becomes more of a prevention game. And there's now an open conversation about the social issues that are leading to the crime in the first place. Of course, there are ecological effects, and these big old-growth trees are a huge part of mitigating climate change. So preserving what we have is very important. When we read about environmental stories, we can have all those facts, but a lot of people are not moved by them. And so I also try to keep in mind that I'm moved by the thought that there's a value in an old tree just in the fact that it's old and it's been here. You know, just because an old chapel in Europe isn't functional anymore, we still see the value in keeping it there. It's no different with a tree.